Hey there! Do you have courses, ebooks, or any digital products you would like to sell to a global audience? Do you know the platform you use is very important to how much sales you make for your digital products? Selar makes selling digital products easy, and we have all the tools you need. Trusted by over 10,000 creators in Africa. On Selar, you can sell ebooks, courses, memberships and subscriptions, services, events and webinar tickets, and really any kind of digital product you can think of. In less than 5 minutes, you can create an online store on Selar and sell your digital products to anyone, anywhere in the world. Go to selar.co, sign up for free, and get started.
Hi guys, my name is Lucky Elahor and I am a digital creator. One of the things I love about Selar is the ease and simplicity it provides for me to be able to transact with clients and students from all over the world. Selar has so many amazing features that I really love, so it would be hard to pick a favorite feature. But if I'm to really pick my favorite feature on Selar, as the queen of automation and someone who likes to lay a bunch of products together because I don't want to leave any money on the table, I would say my favorite feature on Selar right now is upsells and cross-sells. I love this feature so much because it allows you to sell related products or even sell the premium offer after someone buys. I love Selar so much, so you should definitely try it.
Hey there, are you a digital product creator and you need a platform that will change the way you sell digital products? I introduce to you Selar Pro Plans. It's time for you to do more with Selar. With Selar Pro Plans, you can sell and host your online courses and have unlimited file storage. And guess what? You can upsell and cross-sell products and get to make more money selling digital products. This is so good! What's more, you can build membership sites with Selar Pro Plans, get unlimited sales pages, sell to anyone, anywhere in the world, and do you know what? You can even have unlimited affiliates to sell your digital products. For just 8,000 Naira per month, you can get started with Selar Pro Plans, and guess what? If you sign up today, you get a 10% discount on your first month using the coupon code SUMMIT10. Yes, just use the coupon code SUMMIT10 to get started and get a 10% discount on your first month. Just go to www.selar.co/pricing to get started now.
Okay, I was muted. Hey guys, you all are welcome here. I am so excited. First of all, my name is Milton Tutu, the Growth and Marketing Manager at Selar.co. If you were in the morning session and you had a great time in the morning session, please give me the fire emoji in the comment box, okay? If you had a great time in the morning session, please give me the fire emoji in the comment box. I want to see the fire emoji, guys. Show me the fire emoji. Awesome. I can see Ellie Lights. Amazing. We are back again. Sandra Gabriel, we are back again, guys. It's going to be amazing. This session, this afternoon panel session, trust me, it will blow your mind because we have the best and the best and the best and the best creators here. I mean, we have Temi Poopola, we have Dr. Joybert all the way from Cameroon, and we have the amazing Adora here also in the studio. And trust me, you guys are going to have a great time. Gloria will be facilitating this session today, the panel session. Gloria is an amazing compere and an event host. I'm just going to do a brief introduction of Gloria and leave the studio for her to come in and do her thing. So Gloria is an award-winning radio presenter par excellence with over 3 years experience doing this. I mean, with over 3 years experience being a radio presenter, being an amazing compere, and trust me, she knows her stuff like she knows her last name. She's so good, right? And of course, she has, worked with various industries, like Premier FM Ibadan, and she has facilitated various events like Campus Group and Spell and Sound. I mean, a whole lot of things that she has done in this industry, and I'm so excited that she's going to be facilitating this session tonight or this evening. Gloria, you're welcome here to the studio. You're welcome here. So good to have you here. Hi, so good to have you.
Hello,
here.
everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much.
Gloria, you have so Gloria, you have a whole lot of people from different countries seeing you right now. At least before the stream is done, over 300 people, right, will be able to see this. So, I mean, you're in the spotlight right now. Do your thing. So I'll be leaving here right now to allow you, go on with everything.
Amazing. Bye. Amazing. Thank you, Milton. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the panel session. If you're just joining us, you've not missed too much, okay, because we're going right into the panel session already. Milton has already introduced me. My name is Gloria Olufeko. I'm an award-winning radio presenter. I'm also a certified event compare. All right. I also teach you how to speak well. So whatever it is you're joining us from around the world, let me see your favorite emoji in the chat box. Quickly drop me your favorite emoji in the chat box, everyone, so that I can welcome you on board. So we can do this. Can I see? Come on. Energy, guys. Energy, lifestyle by RNA. Thank you. Adedamoladipoju. Thank you so much. God will, I can. Welcome on board, guys. Come on. Energy. I want to see your favorite emoji in the chat box. Light. Yes. This lifestyle by RNA. Beautiful. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I'm really excited to be doing this. And I mean, the topic we're going to be treating today in the panel session is one that everybody's interested in. We're talking about money and how that you need to turn your skills, your talents, what it is you know how to do, and turn it into money. Because many a times as creators, we just find out that we have so many skills. We know how to do so many things. We're good at so many things. But when it comes to turning it into money, we do not know how to go about it, okay? So this panel session is going to be teaching you how you can go about turning your skills, turning your talent, turning your creative work, whatever it is you do, into money. It's important, all right? So the topic for this panel session is how to take your share of the creator economy. How to take your share of the creator economy in the corporate sector. And my panelists are amazing people. I'm excited about the panelists I have today. I'm really excited about them, and I cannot just wait to have a chit chat with them. Adora Nwodo is in the building. I also have Temi Poopola, the mighty Temi Poopola, and Dr. Javnyuy Joybert is also in the building all the way from Cameroon, and we will be playing their video, okay, just to introduce them. So let's start by playing the video of Adora Nwodo so that everybody can know exactly who she is. Okay, are we ready with the introduction video, please? Adora, please.
Perfect under
Hey, hi. Can you speak up a little bit more so we can hear you?
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Beautiful. So, my audience, can you just give our round of applause in the comment section? So, our Adora knows we love her. We're excited to have her. Come on, guys. Yay. Thank you to everyone responding in the chat box. You are the real MVPs. I love you guys already. Thank you. Adora, welcome on board. How are you doing today?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you. How
You're
are
in
you?
Lagos, right? I'm good. Fine.
I'm in Lagos. I'm
Wow.
currently at the office.
Oh,
I
wow.
to the showroom for this session.
Okay. Welcome. All right, let's have the introductory video for the mighty Temi Poopola.
One look and I breathe. One touch feels skinny. A picture perfect, underserving. Everything will probably.
Hi, Temi.
Hi, Gloria. Hello, Adora. It's great to be here.
Hi, Tim.
Temi, how's it going? How are you doing? Welcome, Temi, everyone in the chat box. Yes, I love the energy my people are giving me. I love it. Bemisola, Annie, Akiyemi, I love it. Temi, how are you doing today?
I'm very well. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here with the other amazing panelists. I'm looking forward to hearing from them and to sharing too. Thank you.
I know, right? You're in Lagos, Ba.
I am.
How is the fuel scarcity?
Phew, I mean, it is what it is. And don't forget to ask about the Lagos heat too. Has been something.
Honestly.
So imagine fuel scarcity and then there's Lagos heat. So you have to get
Honestly.
well. I mean, even
Sometimes
if
I
you are
ask
even
myself,
indoors,
who
you have to get
opened the doors of hellfire? Can you just shut it? This heat is too much. It's really crazy. All right, let's have our last panelist, the video to welcome our last panelist. All right, Dr. Javnyuy.
One look and I breathe. One touch feels skinny. A picture perfect, underserving. Everything will probably.
Hi, Dr. Javnyuy. Welcome. How are you doing today?
Hello there. Good to be here, and it's such an honor to be the only gentleman on the panel. So I support women empowerment so much. So good to meet you, Adora, and good to meet you, Temi. And it's so good to share our experiences here with the followers.
Great to meet you too, Doc.
Doc, how is Cameroon today? How is the weather over there?
Cameroon is good. I am in Douala, one of the hottest cities. It's almost like Lagos, what Temi was sharing about. So, but it's fun. Business is amazing. This is where all the money is being made in Cameroon.
I love that. And congratulations on winning the third place at the just concluded African Cup of Nations. I mean, you hosted and you came third. That's a win there. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's our consolation prize. So,
I know, right? All right, so welcome everybody. You're in for a swell time. You're about to learn. So get your pen, get your paper, get ready to write things down because my three panelists are hot. They're going to give it to you like never before. So if I were you, all right, I'm not going to allow any distractions. Just get set because more often than not, people in the corporate space find it difficult to monetize what they know. right? They know so much, they have so much talent, they have skills, but sometimes they don't just know the types and the ropes of monetization. When it comes to making money, they do not know how to go about it, okay? But these people, these panelists of mine, they have successfully transformed their skill set and knowledge either into books, coaching sessions, or services, even the corporate space. And today, we will want them to show us how they got to do it so that we can replicate their process. All right, so we're going to be talking about how they can turn their skills, their talent as creators into making good money. All right, because I know that so many people want to do different things, but they know they need money, because what's the essence of being so good at so many things and you're not making money from it? You get tired of it. Money is very important. Now we're talking about how we can turn our skills into making money. So I'm going to be starting with Adora today. All right. I mean, I was going through your profile, Adora, and I was like, really? Wow, it's amazing. You've done so many amazing things. Your book, Cloud Engineering for Beginners. It's amazing to know that you are a software engineer, a woman doing amazing things in the tech space. So tell us, how has it been so far for you as a creator, and you're also working in the corporate sector? I know, because it's two different things. So how have you been able to merge both of them together?
Um, it hasn't been, I haven't actually, I forget that I'm a creator. I'm being very honest, because that's how my life is. I don't want to say I forget, like use that word. Like, I just want to say, I'll put it like this: being a creator is part of who I am. It's part of my identity. It's who I am every day. The only thing that has changed now is that I have started monetizing that aspect of my life, which I wasn't doing before. So for me, there really isn't a distinction, if that makes sense. I've always been someone that wants to create either music or with art or anything, any other way that I can. And I've just now decided to take a step back and look at how to transform that into cash. That's what I'm doing now. So yeah, nothing has
Mm,
really changed like that. That's part of
mm.
it.
We're having a little bit of difficulty hearing you. Am I the only one? Temi, can you hear Adora properly?
I can hear her, but her voice is a little low. Maybe if you could project a little bit.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
I would try to. Is this better now?
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. My voice is normally low, but I'll try to.
Please, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, over to you, Doc. Um, I mean, sometimes you have KPIs to meet up, you have things you have to do, you also have to coach, you have to train, you have to do this, you have to do that. And there's little time. I mean, some people will even say, oh, I wish you could have 27 hours in a day instead of the 24 hours we have in a day. It gets as much as that, okay? So, how do you find time to deliver on your KPIs at work? And then you also function as a creator. How do you find time to merge all of these different things that you do together?
Yeah, that's a very pertinent question. I think it can work in two ways. I can only share what I experienced. When I started at the beginning, it was a bit difficult because when you're trying to build a company, and you are a one-man army, what they call a one-man army, and you're doing everything from marketing to accountancy to cleaning, you're a gate man, you're almost everything. It gets to be very difficult. But it is much easier now for me because I have a team. I have a team of 16 employees, so they get to focus on other things while I get to focus on the training and the consulting. So while the head of the department is my primary objective now is basically spending time to create programs and trainings and consulting strategies and all of that. That's what I spend, I can say, 80% of my time to do, and just 20% to do that. But before that, it was kind of hell trying to manage the two, and we get to have meaningful engagement and training programs. And the issue of creating courses, um, it when you get to look at the various challenges of having the various equipment and taking time to shoot yourself and do a video for yourself, edit for yourself, and all of that, it used to be so much crazy. And the speed of creating many programs is very low because you get to do everything. But now, if you focus on crafting just the knowledge and the and the framework for the training, and others can handle all the designs and editing. It becomes much easier. So I think there's a place for phases. Life is in phases. We get to grow, and when you're starting, you're going to face the challenges of doing everything. But it's good that as you're growing too, you be very intentional at knowing exactly what you want to focus your energy and time to do, and try to get people to do what you cannot do. I'm very good in creating content. I'm very good in creating in training, and that's what I get to do full time. So let others do the rest. Get an accountant, do marketer, get people who can get things off your hands, and you focus on your biggest strength, and you serve better.
So I guess for you, what has worked for you, Doc, is you know how to assign duties to other people. You don't try to do everything by yourself. Okay, so you trust people enough that
Yeah,
those things that you cannot do by yourself, you trust them enough to be able to do it.
get it done.
And so you don't feel all choked up, so overburdened with work. I think that's a beautiful way out. Amazing, Doc. Well done. Now over to you, Temi. Meanwhile, please, you can drop your questions. If you have questions for any of my panelists, they will be here to answer your questions. So you can just drop your questions in the comment section so that we can take your questions shortly after. Temi, you are an amazing creator. I look at you. I've been following you for quite some time, about 5 to 6 years now, and I've seen how you've been able to evolve. Yes, yes. I've seen how you're able to evolve, and you've so much spread your tentacles that you're able to do different things now. You are a lawyer, you are a journalist, you are a compare, all right. Voices and Faces is there. You're doing so many things. What has been your best experience so far being a creator? Out of all of these things I've mentioned, what is that one experience you've had that you're like, wow, well done, Tim?
Okay, I mean, now that you say one, I have to pick one out of a few that come to mind. But I remember there was a time I put up content on LinkedIn, right? I mean, I'm trying to pick between that experience or the YouTube experience. I think I'll pick the LinkedIn experience. So I put out content on LinkedIn, and I started to receive feedback. And since then, it has been like the same thing. And I started to receive feedback from people who would just stop by my DM just to say, thank you for your content. This is useful. And I find that I'm constantly looking forward to what you're going to write because it is valuable. And so I started to see the impact of the work. I mean, beyond the engagement and beyond, some of the benefits that come from that. Just seeing lives actually transformed and people helped by the content that I put up. And seeing the feedback, just to see that people are not, and that's just with people, humans are looking out for themselves, really. So people are not coming to my page to see my content because they want to help me, but because it helps them, really, and they look forward to that. So when I read this feedback, for me, that experience, it leaves me happy, beyond the rewards that come with putting out content. It's just knowing that people reach out and they read the content, they watch the videos, and they are helped. It makes a lot of difference. I can literally see where they are from their testimonial. That is like a very great experience for me.
For you, it's the feedback you get. People telling you that, Temi, your content just answered a long time question on my mind. The content is timeless. I mean, it's a content where you put it out, somebody takes it and then distributes. And then you thinking that you've gotten to just 100 people, you don't know how far that content has gotten to. So the satisfaction you get is from the positive feedback you get from your content.
And Gloria, let me just pitch in a bit. It's more than the numbers, right? It is more than the numbers. The numbers is good because with more people you can reach more people and you can send the message. But it is the impact. I mean, even when it is there are 10 people, the impact of what this does to them. I literally see young people reach out to me and say, Temi, I anchored my bed for the first time, but I didn't feel like I was doing it for the first time because I'd watched your videos and I'd taken the lessons. There was one time I went to Abuja and I met this lady who, she was telling me that, there's this event, I did like this and I did like this because I watched your content. Thank you for that. So it's really, the numbers is good. But just looking at, even if there are few, the impact that it, gives, the impact on them, that is fulfilling for me.
And I think that's everyone on this chart today should take a cue from what Temi has said. You might not get the numbers in the first place. All right, you might not reach 1,000 people. You put up a content as a creator and you're expecting to get like 10,000 people engage your content. And it's like, it's just two people reaching out to you and saying, oh, wow, that was a good job. And then you go, oh no. And then you want to give up. No, don't do that. All right. You don't know that, you don't know if that very content was just meant for those two people. And that's it. All right. So do not be discouraged. Now, still on you, Tammy, before I move over to Doc. Now, let's talk about, you just mentioned your experience. Let's talk about the challenges that you face. All right. As a lawyer, as a journalist, or compare. Are there any challenges in the first place? Plus, how do you now balance those challenges? How do you surmount these challenges?
Okay. So one of the challenge I would say is, you mentioned that we have only 27. We don't have 27 hours. I was going to say we have
Honestly.
27 hours. I don't know where I got it from. But yes, we have 24 hours. And, I like to say that I'm at the intersection of law and media. So that for me is how I define my work. I'm at the intersection of law and media. If it is law, I'll be there. If it is media, I'll be there and being at that intersection. But the truth is that sometimes one thing takes more of your attention than the other. So for me, that is a challenge. I want to strike a 50-50% balance there. But I don't think I have struck that balance yet. So for me, that is something that I continually work at, trying to strike that balance, giving attention to the different things I do. But it does help that some of my work is flexible. So for example, when I consult for people as a lawyer, it is flexible, I can just work from home, look through your documents, consult, jump on a call, have a meeting with you at a time that works for me. So yes, that flexibility helps, working with a law firm, working with clients, that flexibility is, it's somewhat helpful. Another thing that helps me is, just creating content at the same time. I think they call it like a warehouse or a power bank for content. That helps me. So sometimes I want to put out content, but I've been so busy. So imagine during December, I was doing a lot of traveling for events. So it wasn't stay at home at that point. It was a lot of physical activities, and these weren't virtual events. It could be easier when I'm just joining in like this. But this time I was doing a lot of traveling. And I also wanted to create content and pay attention to the other things I was doing. What helped me was having a content warehouse where I had already put things there initially. So as I got in inspiration, as I get ideas, I endeavor to note it down somewhere so that someday I will just build on it, flesh it out, and release it. So it does help, because there will be days when you have to pay attention to other things and prioritize other things, and you're not able to at that time start creating content from the scratch. So what helps me is I have resources already, content that I put somewhere, and I just bring them out and begin to release them. But it wasn't created that day. So for me, it's just being able to create ahead of time and do that. And with respect to every other thing, being a journalist, being a lawyer, being a compare, and all of those things, I think it is just doing what needs to be done at that time. A 50-50% balance is, I'm on the journey to that. I wouldn't say I have quite struck that, because for a lot of people, they know me as the MC, they know me as the media person, but they don't know me as the lawyer.
As a lawyer.
Perhaps my clients or, the law firms that I sort of work with that would know that, oh, she provides these services. Other people would likely not know, because I'm not talking about that usually. So yes, that's a challenge there. But what I do is find out what needs to be done at the moment and do it. And then ahead of time, for example, I'm here now, there is a deliverable. I know that I'm not going to be available from 3 to 4, and I have another meeting 4 to 5 where I'm speaking at. So what I've endeavored to do is send my deliverable, send the document ahead of time. So it's more work, to be honest, it's more work. But I know we can do it. I know everyone who is here can do it, and we would not give up. We'll continue to, strive.
Absolutely.
have that balance.
Absolutely. Thank you, Temi. I mean, it's you said a lot, having a content bank, setting your priorities right, knowing what to do and when to do it, because you won't always have time to create content. When there's a content back, you just pick up from and then you make public to the world. Amazing. Adora, I mean, I really want to hear from you before I jump into Doc. Okay, how you do yours as a software engineer? All right, how do you also go about training people and creating content? All right, how do you surmount your challenges?
One very important thing. Please let me know if you can't hear, so I can try to be more audible.
I can
But
hear you.
one very important thing that I do is something similar to what Amy does, especially with my YouTube videos. So I do this thing where I bulk create, right? I have like a list of videos I want to shoot for like the next couple months. I mean, once in a while, because of maybe a particular trend, you might want to slip a video to like, top that list because you want to shoot it now because everyone's talking about it right now and stuff like that, right? But when I'm in a space where I have to make a video, first of all, most of my videos I kind of always dress up for. So I'm not going to wear makeup, finish dressing up, set up all the lights, and then go and shoot the video. It's not going to happen. I'm going to shoot at least four that day. So I do that where I bulk create and then once a week or periodically, depending on how I want to get those out, I release them. I also do that for articles as well because I tend to write, sometimes. So that's how I'm able to use that. And then I choose a day, maybe like a weekend day, like maybe a Saturday when I'm not really doing so much, and I devote some time that day to getting all of this out. And it really helps in, making sure that you are consistent with creating because there are some days if you wait for the day that you are supposed to put content out or the day before, there's some days when you just be angry. There's some days you feel burnt out. There's some days something would even come up and you don't even know. I've had situations where I have like backup video content because of bulk creating that I'm doing. But because there's a trending thing, I just, quickly go and shoot a different video and then I post that one that I just shot now because it's trending. And then the backup one sort of still stays in the pipeline. And then a day when I don't have any video to post, I remember that, oh yeah, there's this video I've not posted. And like it has saved me few times to actually have something to post, even if I didn't sit down to shoot or record a video because of maybe how I was feeling or how much work I had to do. Another thing I do is that I plan my time. Like, so, and I'll use maybe when I was writing my book, for example. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you're writing a book. First of all, you think about how you want to write the book. Like, you lay everything out, the skeleton, and like you now start developing each chapter as it comes. I used to block out time in my calendar every day to make sure that I did something particular to that book. Whether it was research, whether it was writing, whether it was creating some imagery, stuff like that, it also helps. Another thing I want to say is have a place where you just throw random ideas. It might not develop into an actual thing just yet, but you might come back to that in a couple weeks and it will make more sense. For example, there are some days when I was writing my book, if I sit and I try to write, I wasn't able to write. But there was still a lot in my head. So what I will do is I'll take my phone, I'll start recording, and then I'll talk for like 20 minutes, and then I'll go about my day. And then later when I'm calmer and maybe the English words are coming, the English words that you want to put on a book because it happens sometimes where
I
you
know,
should be
right?
thinking that they are not necessarily the words you want to write in a final product, but like that's just how you can describe how you're feeling right now. Maybe later when I'm seated and I'm calmer and those bougie English words are coming out, I would replay that recording and now develop that idea into something that can be beneficial to somebody else. So yeah, I'll mention like those three things. Have a content bank is very important. Bulk creates is very important. The second thing I would say is if something is important to you, block out time in your calendar to deliberately do that thing periodically. And the third thing is don't waste any idea that comes to you, even if you are not in the space to create. If it's something that you can scribble, like you have to just quickly draw and then later you can now go create that whole thing as a design. Do that. If it's something in your head like a bunch of words, record that. Don't just let that thing fly away because it just may never come back. and it might just be that one thing that you actually need to put a lot of things together.
Amazing, Adora. Like, you just hit the nail on the head for me. I could legit relate to everything you were saying about, especially the part of the English. Sometimes
It happens. It really
it's not
does.
just coming, and you're asking yourself, what is going on? I mean, I read English in school, and you're like, what's happening? So just exactly, just scribble things and then come back to it. All right, Doc. Let's come over to you quickly now. Interestingly, Doc, you're a coach. You provide training, consulting, and financial solutions. Like Doc just does so many things. Now, my Doc, my question to you is: number one, at what point did you decide to start sharing your knowledge? When did you know for yourself that okay, um, right now I think I'm ready to start taking on mentees. I think I'm ready to start mentoring people. I think I'm ready to start sharing the knowledge I have. How did you go about that? And how was the process like for you? Coaching, training, mentorship.
Yeah, my story is kind of funny because I started my career in a semi-urban area. That is a sub town in a major town, and that was where I was born and I grew up. And I just moved to a bigger city like 3 years ago. And when I started all of this kind of training and coaching, it was something new. There was nobody has ever done something like this in the community yet. So I started afresh, being just training and providing advice to various businesses. In 2011, when I started this, I didn't know what was called consulting. I didn't know what was called motivational speakers. I just got to start hearing those things when I was already doing what I was doing in my community and all of that. And of course, things like courses, these were not something I expected or I knew that I should be doing. I was just serving. I was just I'm serving because my whole journey started because when I was done with high school, I could not go to a university because my mom could not sponsor education. And there were many young people like that back in the community who did not even get high school diplomas or who did not even go to university also. So I organized this small training center to train young people on basic things like how to market, how to buy and sell, just that was the whole stuff to give them skills and knowledge and all of that. And then people started coming for more advice, for more questions and all of that. And that was how the whole career started. And I started reading more about it to understand how the whole thing started. But it was the real part of creating courses and writing books and ebooks and all of that started about 4 years ago when I noticed that there was already that national phenomenon about the work I was doing right in that small town. And people started asking for, okay, do you have a book? I only wrote a book because people were asking for a book, not because I planned to write a book actually. And same for courses, like people started asking, do you have some of your recorded sessions when you speak somewhere? Can I buy? And okay, I think I need to start recording them and keeping them. That's why most of the programs that we get to do and sell, majority of them are a lot of speaking engagements, academic engagements, and so on, because I get to have so many of them every week, sometimes 5 or 4 every week for the last 10 years. So it's a huge bank to do that. And of course, I think it's also the place of learning. I'm becoming better at it. Like I didn't know about Selar actually. I got to know about Selar last December. Yes. So and I just jump on it since I had a lot of data. And in Cameroon, we have this issue of online payments, receiving payments effectively. So Selar was like the savior for us content creators. PayPal is not effective here. Online payments are a big challenge because many people, the banking sector is not as penetrated like in Nigeria and other African countries. So it has helped many people too, both the creators, to be able to tap into this. And of course, people can, other experts can attest it's a continuous learning process when it comes to creating courses, creating more value, and seeking better ways to channel what you so that people can be able to benefit from the value that you create.
I love that, Doc. I think people requesting for your speeches, requesting for your training materials, those are the things that spurred you to say, okay, I think it's time to start documenting everything I do for other people to live by. So when you go for your seminars, for your talks, for your conferences, you begin to document them. So when people ask, you have something to present. I think the demand on your talent, the demand on your skills is what has made you give out to begin to train people. I love that. We have a couple of questions already. And I mean, Temi is going to run off real quick very soon. She's going to be having to leave us in a bit. But I'm going to ask all three of you this question about how to monetize. Sometimes it's a big challenge for young up and coming creators. A lot of them go, oh, I don't want to overprice, I don't want to underprice, because there's the issue of how do I charge my clients, how do I know how much it is that how much will a job worth. All right, so what's your advice? How do you think that young creators should go about charging clients, Doc?
Um, I think the first thing is to first of all build the reputation or the credibility, or not become very popular or influential from that level, but just be able to position yourself as somebody people can pay for. Because one thing in like in writing books, the truth is that no matter how good your content is, people buy the person first who wrote the book before what is inside. There are many people that when they write a book and they just put it on pre-order, thousands of people buy it before considering what is on the content of the book. So I think it's important to invest a lot in building competence and of course, building reputation. The second thing is to know how to package whatever you have to give out. Many people have this challenge of not understanding what to package and for who. And that's one thing, because you cannot, as a creator, you get to understand that you cannot sell to everybody. There are some particular people that that they are primary target market and you get to understand. That's why as a creator, you get to understand when you price some people, they'll say you are too expensive. Meanwhile, if you give the same price to the right market, they pay you without asking for questions. The difference is, are they the right people that get to invest in what you do? They see the value they're going to get for what you give them. And I think the last point I would really encourage people to do is to intentionally invest in their marketing and distribution channel, because sometimes you may have issues selling to the immediate people around you because of familiarity, and who will not understand the value that you carry, then they start judging you based on who you were or where you're coming from, or maybe who they have been seen around. But there are some people beyond your immediate vicinity or environment that when they will see the value you're selling, they will understand the value first before analyzing who you were or what you can do, and all of that. All of those things are very important in the whole process. And it's good to also command authority in a specific area. I like to call it specific knowledge. It's very important. And specific knowledge could be that thing that I always say should be something that another person cannot go learn in a school, right? You can train yourself to learn something that is so peculiar, is so unique. You can develop your frameworks, your techniques, your own strategies, and frame it, package it in a way that when somebody sees it, if they don't go and try to Google study, they will see similarities. They will not see something specific and unique like what you have created. That way, it makes you look different in how you project the value you have to create. I think we lost Gloria.
Hi, Dr. Joybert. Thank you so much for answering that question. I just have to quickly step in since Gloria just sorry about that, guys. Hi, if you're just viewing this right now, my name is to the Growth and Marketing Manager at Selar.co, and it has been an amazing experience with Dr. Joybert, Temi, and Adora. I'm so excited to have you guys here. And that's an excellent question, Dr. Joybert. Guys, please, if you have your questions, kindly drop it on the comment box so that we can take your questions, okay? Kindly drop it on the comment box so that we can take your questions. And I think the next question is going to go to Adora. I mean, Adora, I see that you work with Microsoft. You have your book on cloud engineering. You've made sales of over $6,000. I mean, selling your book on cloud engineering. And there are other people that want to understand how exactly do you, do your work with Microsoft, have a book, make these sales. And I mean, I'm seeing a whole lot of partnerships going on with your brand right now. How do you manage all of these things together? And like big ups in all your partnerships. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Let me just put it out there.
Thank you so much. So being very honest, right? I don't manage it. That's the short answer. Direct question. We just tend to take every day as it comes. And I think one thing that has really helped me is like having support systems around, you know, and having support from friends and family, and also knowing when you can't do it on your own and you have to delegate things to either hiring, like, a temporary assistant or getting somebody to help you, like you just take some weight off you and stuff like that. Just being able to, I think one important thing is that a lot of times people actually think that they can do everything by themselves and they get disappointed when they realize that they can't. So sometimes it's, knowing exactly what you have to do and planning your life, but not necessarily doing the thing. Like if my skill set isn't needed to do a particular thing, I see no reason why I should invest so much time doing it when I can pay somebody else to go do the thing, and then I can focus on a different thing that would even make me that money back and more. So I think one very important thing is just, the ability to delegate and also plan your time properly. I talked about blocking your calendar to do things that are important to you. Because at the end of the day, this code that we are writing, if you have a bug, if you're writing code and then maybe you found a bug by 5 p.m., I promise you that bug is not going anywhere till tomorrow. So don't waste 3 hours of your time trying to debug something when number one, you can reach out to someone on your team to help you, or better, close the laptop because I'm about to speak pidgin English. Problem no they finish. Close the laptop, you get to it the next day. And then you can spend that time now doing other things that you can be productive in. I time box a lot of my tasks. If I see that I'm trying to do something and I'm not making any headway, I drop it and I go to do something else. And then I reach out to someone that I know, can help me get this thing done as well instead of wasting time. So I think that that attitude is what has, helped me generally to be able to balance, all these things at the same time. I don't know if it's okay, but I also like to answer Doctor's question, the question Gloria asked.
Yes.
Just okay. So about being able to position yourself and then get clients and stuff like that. I'm going to use a business school framework to answer this question, right? Which is the VRIU framework. I know that Doctor talked a lot about, value and positioning yourself and becoming an authority in the space, and that's important, right? And that's just like how much value do you bring? Because at the end of the day, even with your creations, as an author or a book you're writing, most times people bet on the author before they bet on the book. People bet on the brand before they bet on the content. And that is because of your perception over time to a lot of people. Another thing is when you look at startups, a lot of investors, venture capitalists, they will tell you that they are investing in this startup because they trust this person, not necessarily because they believe the idea is an interesting one. Because anybody can have an interesting idea, right? I mean, I don't think that Uber was the first ride hailing app that existed. As a matter of fact, it actually was not, right? I don't think that Facebook was the first social media that existed. So sometimes it's not really about the idea, it's also about the people executing that. And
Okay.
people tend to trust people. So once they see that, oh, you are someone that I can trust, you bring some kind of value to this sort of thing, then yes, they'll bet on you. So that's the V part. So I'm going to talk about the VRIU first. Then the R is what you are selling rare. Is your service rare in some way when you think about it? Because it's like there's the value, then there's the rarity. And how can you make your service rare? By bringing your perspective into things, because at the end of the day there's only one version of you that exists. So if it's that you're writing a book, instead of okay, I'm writing a book about cloud engineering, I'll now go and just google what cloud engineering is, go and write it down as a show, google types of cloud and go and write it down as the different types. At what point would you start thinking I'm a fraud? Because I'm basically taking somebody else thought about that thing and wrote that idea and put it on the internet, and then I'm going to take it, reward it, and put it in a book. But if I wrote a cloud engineering book from my perspective, nobody apart from me is going to have my perspective. So that makes that kind of information rare. And that's something that people would want to pay for. The third thing that I want to say is imitability, which is kind of like, hand in hand with rarity in a way, which is like this thing that you are creating. Is this something that somebody can just quickly go and copy? Right? Is it something that someone can just quickly go and copy? If it's something that can be copied easily, why can't I just go and meet the other person that can copy it quickly and possibly even tell them that I'll pay them less and they would agree? If somebody can copy your work and I can pay them $1,000 to get the same value of work, and you are trying to ask me for $7,000, why should I listen to you? Why is that 6K gap there? Right? So are you creating something that cannot really, I'm not talking about ideas being copied, because when you think about it, at the end of the day, um what do you call it? Let me use social media. Social media is social media, right? I mean, bringing people to connect. But when you look at Instagram, versus Twitter versus TikTok, like there's always going to be a copying element here and there. Like people, like ask yourself this question: why is TikTok still standing even after Instagram Reels still exists? There's something about not being able to take away somebody's, I don't know what the word is. I don't want to use the word essence or entity, but you get what I mean about just even if you take it away. So it's not really about the idea. It's not that the idea is what you can copy, but the entire package is very important. So is what you are selling, yourself, your products, every single thing you're bringing to the table, is it value adding? Is it rare? Can it be imitated, like, can it be copied? And the final thing is, is it organized? When you think about it, is it organized? Are you organized? um is there like a system to what you are trying to do, what you're trying to build, what you are trying to share, the kind of value you are trying to provide? Or is it just 100% chaotic? If you're able to assess yourself and answer these questions and you feel like you are adding value, you are creating something rare that can be copied, and you are an organized person building an organized product and in an organized environment or in an organized way, then you should be able to demand for money that you believe is worth what you are selling. Another thing is that a lot of times people don't even know their worth. So you see someone creating value that is worth well over $50,000, and the person will be like, maybe I should just collect like 6K, because if I tell them 6.5 now, they will run away. And see, what you are building is something amazing. Wear your big girl pants, walk into that meeting and demand for what you want to demand for. And because at the end of the day, apart from talking about this VRIU thing, I've never it's human nature to try to, bargain, or to try and, what's that word that we use? To try and negotiate. I've never really seen somebody go to buy a car. And when you ask them, oh, how far, how much is this Bentley? And they tell you the Bentley is $200,000. You'll be like, oh, no, this Bentley is worth $400,000. Now let me give you double. No, you will say this Bentley is worth 150. So it's normal for somebody to want to, bring you down, not because you are worth smaller, but just because people always want to pay cheaper for things. So if somebody is already going to do it to you anyway, don't start by doing it to yourself. I just want to stop there after saying
All
that.
right. Thank you so much, Adora. Temi, I have to let you go, right?
Yes,
So
you do. I
your
just
final
wanted
word.
to say something.
Yes,
I think
yes.
I've heard Adora. I think she's got brilliant thoughts here. I've heard Doc. Just on the last question that you asked before you went,
Yes.
I want to speak from a personal perspective, because I think that a lot of creators can relate to this. So because we create, can you hear me now?
Yes, Temi, you're back.
Okay, great. So I was saying that because we create things, and these things many times come to us naturally, there could be the hurdle of putting a price tag to it, because you think to yourself, it didn't cost me anything to come up with this. Maybe equipment, but I had these things. Maybe somebody was helping me, or for some reason it could be difficult to put a price tag to our work. Now, this is what I would recommend, which has worked for me and which is working for me. And it is to get exposed. Exposure is very important. In addition to all they've said about package and all of the brilliant things they've said, I just want to say to creators, if you're struggling with pricing or monetizing your work, get exposed. Who are the other people who are doing things like you locally and globally? What do they charge? What is the industry rate? I remember, I anchor events, and for a very long time, I started to anchor events since about 2012, and that's been a decade ago, right? And I was doing it as a student, and for a very long time, it was free of charge. I was just anchoring events and not charging people. And, it came to me naturally. What was there? Is it not to speak? Is it not to take the microphone? Is it not to research? Oh, I enjoy doing these things. And it was difficult to put a price tag to it. But when I began to get exposed and watch other people do the same thing, speak for 1 hour and get paid in millions, then I understood that this is something I can charge for. When I began to go for trainings and pay money and pay a lot of money for the networking experience and the exposure, I found that, it is more than anchoring, it's more than just speaking. There's a lot that goes behind it. There's a lot of mental energy, there's a lot of preparation that goes to it. So even putting my courses together and, I've had the opportunity of, having courses on Selar and on, just generally having trainings for people. I realized that because I've seen other people do it locally and internationally and charge in dollars for it, I am courageous enough to say, this is my price. This is industry rates. This is what other people charge. So I just want to say to us, let's invest in getting exposed. That could mean surfing the internet to find who is doing this and what is their rate. It could mean traveling. It could mean going for conferences. This is a prize. This is exposure for us. So please, let's get exposed. It will do us a lot of good. When I listen to Adora charging billions now, I'm expired. I feel, why would I charge in trillions and billions? I mean, Adora is doing it and she's doing it well. I can learn from her. When I listen to Doc or to Gloria, there's something that jumps on me, that influence, right? And I think that would be very helpful. So please, let's invest in our exposure. It may cost you something, but it will be worth it at the end of the day. Thank you so much for having me. I'm having difficulty.
Thank you, Temi.
Now, but
we can't see your face.
I don't know why. I don't know why this happened now.
We just thought we could take a picture.
Oh.
But it's fine.
About that.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We have to let you go because you have something else.
Thank you so much to everyone who joined in. Looking forward to connecting with you on social media, on LinkedIn, Temi Poopola. Have a lovely day. Thank you, Gloria and Selar.
Thank you, Temi. Thank you. Thank you. Doc, we're going to take the final question because Samson Usang has asked a question for you. I mean, when you were having your session, Doc, you told us about delegating, giving people things to do, responsibilities to do, so that you don't get choked up. But someone here is asking that when it concerns a startup where so many hands aren't available, they don't have enough employees like you do, how do they handle tasks that aren't part of their strong skills or strengths? Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. I have been there. I have been there for several years, so I understand the question. One thing that I actually discovered that made me to actually scale from that startup stage to maybe a much successful business was that I started understanding what my business requires from me at a particular season. Because sometimes as startups, we get to be very busy about everything, and we are not very specific about what can we do at this particular season to accelerate the results that we desire. The truth is that as a startup entrepreneur, there are some seasons, there is a week that your business may require you to be a marketer. And there are some weeks or some days that it requires you to be a creator, to be an engineer. There are things it requires to be a financial manager, or to be somebody who can follow up customers, or to be a negotiator. So just understand what to focus on and know how to make sure you get it done. And one thing about building a startup is You need to know how to burn the ads. Is as I always say, for you to build a startup that's going to start in Africa, I don't think if anybody works less than 12 hours a day on your startup, you're going to succeed. You're going to have it because again, you're doing a lot of things. Even till today, I still work 16 hours a day, even though I have 16 employees, because there's still work to be done. There are still things that only I can still do, and it's going to take time for them to know. So we also need to know how can we get a little early, do a little work more, and stay a little later, so that we can be able to accomplish a lot of it. And secondly, is to see how we can leverage on technology. What are the tech tools around you that you can leverage as a startup to be able to do a lot? Because like sometimes instead of trying to organize a physical event that can take a lot of time, is there a way that I can package that event, promote it right, and take it virtual? It's going to take you less time, less money, and less energy to get it done. Can you get an app that instead of typing, you can talk and the app records it, you just edit it and you can get it ready. Just look at what can you leverage as technology, technical tools to be able to do a lot. And sometimes, not sometimes, be very conscious when you start making. That's what I did when I started making a little bit more money. The first thing I did was to invest in human resources. The first thing I did was to start employing more hands. Because when more hands come in, they bring in new resources, new knowledge, new skills, new networks that they can also market you to their networks and many other things. And you can replicate, bootstrap into the team, raise more hands and more competent hands and do that. And one last thing that I did, let us capitalize on unemployment in a good way. There are many unemployed guys out there. Create a good internship program for your startup. You'll be surprised. There was a time that I did an internship program and I specifically said that it is non-paid. It is non-paid. And I had 300 applications for people applying to become assistants, to become field officers, and so on. And they apply. Create a good, structured, well-packaged volunteering program or internship program, and it's going to help you a lot and give you more hands. And while you're giving it back to them by giving them experience and teaching them what you know, they're also giving back to your startup or to your business, and it makes you better.
Wow. Thank you so much, Doc. Creating opportunities for interns. You don't know that in the long run, these interns might end up being your staff because they
Let me tell you
want to.
something. That's a fact. All my 16 employees are interns. They're all on full-time salary right now. All of them started as volunteers and interns. There's nobody who came as I don't have any experienced staff. Everybody is a fresh graduate.
Wow.
Everybody. Because they started as interns and they became full-time employees. So it's just to confirm what you're saying.
Doc, amazing. I mean, sometimes I hear people tell me job description, you must have had 20 years experience, 10 years experience, and the person is just 20 years old. And I'm asking myself, how do you expect me to have 10 years experience? I'm just 20. I mean, if people do not create these opportunities for people to learn and grow, how do you expect them to give you the experience? That's quite commendable, Doc. Well done. Thank you for all that you do for young people. Amazing. Adora, I'm tempted to go, but I have to take this question. I mean, our time is fast spent, but Tolu Lola A. George says, how were you able to market your book? All right. And how were you able to make so much sales on your book? Yeah. Do you have any helpful tips for ebook writers who are starting out? So quickly, please touch on that before we run off.
The short answer to that is branding. I focus more on building a brand and a name for myself than actually marketing the book. So during that time, I spent a lot of my time trying to, get media houses to notice me. I spent a lot of my time trying to add more value in the tech community so that more people found me and knew that I was already doing something in the cloud space as well. And just like, give more talks on cloud engineering. So that when I go for conferences, people see me. And when I say, oh, I just gave, and they're like, oh, I really like your talk. It was nice. I'm like, oh, thank you. I really just wrote a book about the same topic and I elaborated on it in the book. You can go check it out. So doing things that were putting me out there more was what helped my book sell as fast as it did. So it wasn't really about selling the book. I spent more time trying to sell myself, and that in turn helped me sell the book. So it's not really always about, oh, go and sell book, go and put the book on sponsored ad. and then you're not the first person to write book there. I'm sorry, but nobody might buy it if you do that. It's important to show yourself because, like Doc said initially, Steph, as well, people buy the person before they actually buy the content of the product. So you have to make sure that you are someone that is credible, that people should bet on before anything else. And this was something I knew, and that was the approach that I went with when I was trying to sell my book.
Amazing. I mean, it has been an insightful conversation with my panelists. If you are still here with us, let me see your emojis. Give me a 777 in the chat box. Come on, I want to see a 777 in the chat box, everybody, if you're still here and you learned a thing or two for yourself as a creator. I want to see your energy in the chat box. Give me a 777. Beautiful. Thank you, Tina. I can see it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming, ladies and gentlemen. Aoma Bride. Unwanchuku. Beautiful Lifestyle by RNA. Come on, keep it coming. 777. It's been an insightful conversation with you, Doc, with you, Adora. I mean, I read up about you on LinkedIn and I was motivated. I felt really excited that I was going to have a chit chat with you. And I'm going to be taking many of the things that you've said and I'm going to be applying it into my own life. I mean, you can follow my panelists on LinkedIn. You can connect with them on LinkedIn. All right. Adora Nwodo on LinkedIn, Dr. Javnyuy Joybert on LinkedIn, and Temi Poopola on LinkedIn, and also myself, Gloria Olufeko on LinkedIn. We're going to be preparing shortly for the evening session, but we've come to the end of our panel session. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Adora, for your time. It was an insightful and eye-opening conversation with the both of you. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. Yes, people are still coming with their 777s in the chat box. Thank you so much, everybody. Doctor is showing you so much. Please connect with Doctor on LinkedIn. Connect with Adora on LinkedIn and connect with Selar too on LinkedIn and on Instagram. Thank you so much, everyone. Milton, are you here? Okay, let's wait for Milton to join in. Many people are still giving me 777 in the chat box. They had a great time. All right, Milton.
Thank you so much, Adora. Thank you so much, Dr. Joybert. Thank you, Gloria, for an amazing time. I enjoyed the session just listening to you from the back end. Dr. Joybert, we just met like I think January last year, and we are already doing amazing things together. I'm looking forward to being at Cameroon very soon, planning a trip there. Thank you so much, Adora. I am your fan. I wouldn't say biggest fan, but I'm your fan. I see all you do on Instagram, all your partnerships and everything. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here for Selar. Thank you for using our platform to sell your digital products. And thanks a lot to Gloria for actually being an amazing compare. Like you killed it. Like you just did your thing and you killed everything. Thanks a lot so much. And have a great day, guys. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Hi guys, my name is Lucky Elahor and I am a digital creator. One of the things I love about Selar is the ease and simplicity it provides for me to be able to transact with clients and students from all over the world. Selar has so many amazing features that I really love, so it would be hard to pick a favorite feature. But if I'm to really pick my favorite feature on Selar, as the queen of automation and someone who likes to lay a bunch of products together because I don't want to leave any money on the table, I would say my favorite feature on Selar right now is upsells and cross-sells. I love this feature so much because it allows you to sell related products or even sell the premium offer after someone buys. I love Selar so much, so you should definitely try it.
Hey there, are you a digital product creator and you need a platform that will change the way you sell digital products? I introduce to you Selar Pro Plans. It's time for you to do more with Selar. With Selar Pro plans, you can sell and host your online courses and have unlimited file storage. And guess what? You can upsell and cross-sell products and get to make more money selling digital products. This is so good! What's more, you can build membership sites with Selar Pro plans, get unlimited sales pages, sell to anyone, anywhere in the world, and do you know what? You can even have unlimited affiliates to sell your digital products. For just 8,000 naira per month, you can get started with Selar Pro plans, and guess what? If you sign up today, you get a 10% discount on your first month using the coupon code SUMMIT10. Yes, just use the coupon code SUMMIT10 to get started and get a 10% discount on your first month. Just go to www.selar.co/pricing to get started now.